Here with my business partner, Diane Mills. She has really been instrumental. She brought me over to eXp. She's been helping me make connections all across the United States, within the company, outside of the company, and now she's taken it global. The opportunities are massive, and she's really just kind of on that end of it with the growth side. So Diane has played a huge impact in what's going on with the Stout Team, what's going on with our organization, and really what's going on with the exciting things that are happening like right now. So
Cool.
that's
Yeah.
that's the intro.
Yeah, that awesome. And it's great to be here with Ross. And I really haven't known each other that long, but a lot has happened in a very short term, and it's so dynamic and so exciting. And I feel so grateful to know him and to be able to work so closely with him and watch just the exciting things we have before us. So I put together a list of questions that I think will be really relevant to kind of give people an understanding of what we're working on, what you came from, etc. So the first one is, when you first joined eXp, what was your initial vision for the size of your organization?
Awesome. Well, joining EXP was really just starting with a base vision. Like I needed to understand what it could do for me in the now, right?
Mhm.
That I had to understand what that looked like. But really, the move was all about vision. The vision that I saw for us was okay, cool. Like I kind of did a case study of what successful people were doing on this platform, and it was there needed to be a team, there needed to be a listing agent, and there needed to be somebody who was going to grow the organization. And that's what I saw with, when you and Matt brought the opportunity to me. It was that complete trio or the suite of an offering to agents, right? So my business was agents, or is working with agents, trying to give them the best opportunity to sell more houses efficiently, effectively, and then to get repeat business because they did such a great job. That's what I'm working towards every day. And I was really able to catch that vision once I kind of got out of that tunnel vision that I had in a small independent brokerage and look at like, this is scalable. What I have currently is scalable. And then you kind of brought a path to me to show me that this can go anywhere in the States, and why stop there? So
Yeah.
that's the vision was just that. There was no form to it or anything, and that's what we've been developing over the last 2 years.
Yes. And so how does your current agent count compare to that vision?
Yeah, so I mean, we've had what a ride with agent count, right? Um, I found through the last 2 years that we've been working together is that the agent count isn't the secret sauce. The secret sauce is having really good core of agents who share your core values, the vision, who understand the direction that we want to go in, and we're all working cohesively every day to be better at that. So, agent count being at now 54 agents, I believe was what it is fantastic. I think the highest we got up to is 88. And it just wasn't sustainable with what I had. I wasn't truly giving good value there. And because I was one person, I didn't have roles like established. And then I got some good advice from a big team leader. He's like, dude, you got to staff up and you need to do some certain things to make it successful. So what I do, I went to work and implemented that immediately because I needed to move the needle. So we shrunk down a little bit because my offering wasn't helping some of these agents. And then with the core group that we have, we've really been able to accelerate. We've already tripled what we did last year in production. So agent count is great. And I think we have, I mean, if that's our rock bottom, 54 agents producing over 150 million a year, like
That's pretty dang
that's
good.
pretty good. So we'll,
Yeah.
we'll keep that as rock bottom, right? And I think it's only up from here.
For sure. And I think Ross and I talk about this a lot. As an entrepreneur, as entrepreneurs, you test and learn, and it's a process of learning and a process of understanding the best path forward. And Ross made the corrections, he pivoted, he implemented systems, he's now tightening those systems, refining them, and things continue to get better, which is really so exciting to see. And so it's a journey. It's so fun, and challenging at times, but we're learning so much. And so, what specific strategies or systems have been most effective in helping you grow your agent network over the past year?
So I think the best strategy has been now implementing just layers of constant communication. You can call it accountability, you can call it meetings, but really what it is just a constant communication to where um, I know how everyone's pipe is doing, and I'm able to come in and help with that. So we stay in constant communication. So whether it's Marissa or Jeannie or myself, we're all like the three of us as leadership get together every week and get ready to set the table for what our offering is each week, what we need to focus on, what we need to build, and how we need to come in and support everyone that is working on the Stout team. So constant communication is really, it's a simple system, but it's layered. So we have our leadership meeting, we have team meetings for individual areas, and then we have the big corporate meeting to build culture. So I think we're understanding that we're here to grow your business, helping to navigate you inside of your marketplace, and then grow together as a team. And all, like I mentioned, building in those core values. And everyone's been so awesome and really, really welcoming there. So those are some like, I know it's not a system, but it's a strategy. Now, systems, we really tightened up when it comes to our lead generation. So we've been blessed with the Zillow Flex account. We have added realtor.com. We're running a listing campaign now based off the TV show. The first episode's coming out this month. We'll be having our watch party towards the end of the month. So yeah, all those things are super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And building those systems to provide more opportunities to sell homes
Mm-hmm.
in all different areas across California
Mm-hmm.
is like, that's my strategy. And the systems we have are, like you mentioned, are really getting tightened up. And we're still in the build phase. We're still taking giant leaps, but they're really just in the beginning phases. So
Yeah.
it's a really exciting time, like a startup.
Oh, for sure. And it's solidifying with every passing day. There's new things that are really clear for your vision. Was there a pivotal moment when you realized your agent organization was gaining real momentum, and what changed at that point?
Yeah, well, when it comes to the organization, like that's
Mm-hmm.
where you're so key in it. But the pivotal moment was like for me, seeing that we can really gain traction, and it's two part. First one that's super exciting is your work on the international side. We're being able to partner together, build a business model. You can build a relationship and really make it make sense to some high level people in some cool countries that are barely launched or not even launched yet.
Mm-hmm.
So building that framework there and seeing the hard work you've put in and then being able to add value there and see that start to tick, like that is wildly exciting, right? So I
Okay,
think that
for
that's
sure.
like huge momentum and seeing that start to tick and get teeth. I know it's a long play, but that is what's most exciting because that is super earth-shattering changing for all of us, which is cool. But when it comes to domestically here, it was like the fact that we could succeed and be in five different areas across California,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I was like, okay, cool, we're
Mm-hmm.
here. And then when I faced like disengagement with Zillow
Mm-hmm.
and having to build the accountability systems all while being under the gun
Mm-hmm.
and seeing that everyone bought into it. And when that challenging time came, nobody jumped ship. Everybody just buckled down and said, hey, we believe in what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the huge pivotal moment, knowing that, cool, we've built something that isn't just about leads, it's about culture, it's about doing this together. And that's where I can see the real traction moving forward because we're providing a space, not only opportunities to sell more houses, but a space where people can find family, find community, and really enjoy what they do.
Yeah, and find inspiration and mentorship and collaboration. And I think that's a huge part of what is so, in my opinion, game changing with eXp is the collaborative environment. And you've
Absolutely.
really captured that in your cultural center and having everything like very centralized so agents know where they can plug in and get answers.
Right.
Right.
Exactly right.
And how has mentoring and supporting your downline agents contributed to the duplication and overall growth of your team?
Yeah, so we're still in the early phases of that, right?
Hmm.
So we haven't seen huge numbers tick, but we're starting to see that people are interested in what we're doing, right? So the more momentum we gain, the more our agents sell homes. And when I came over here, like I had been working with people for years at my previous team, right? They knew the systems, they knew everything. When I came over here, I came over with only two people, and they were relatively new who didn't know all the procedures and everything really perfectly yet. And so growing from there, like last year was kind of a throwaway year for production because it was like I gotta get everybody acclimated. And then we swelled up so big. I didn't have great onboarding, so all that had to be changed this year. And now that we've built the ship, I feel like we can truly welcome people onto it. Before I was trying to fit 100 people on a canoe,
Yeah.
and now we've built out this nice luxury boat to where each person that comes on, we can create a new space for somebody else because it's repeatable. The tech stack is proven, and now the production is going to speak for itself. So we haven't found like a huge unraveling, or not unraveling, but like growth in our organization yet. But I know that's the next thing that we'll be focusing on what's coming.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, would you say there's a specific attribute or habit, core habit or principle that has attributed to that growth that we have or that you've acquired so far and you see moving forward?
Consistency and persistence. Like those are the core attributes that everyone who's been with me since I've been here, and there's a lot of them, they have really showed that consistent. They show up to every meeting, they show up to every appointment. They are consistent with how they follow up with their clients. They've bought into the tech stack and they use it. They believe in what we're doing, so they have that tenacity and kind of like they're acting like their hair's on fire and they're going after our clients in the best way possible, not with commission breath, but with like, hey, I'm here to help you, and putting themselves in the best light possible to really get that traction that we're now experiencing. So that persistence and really, their resiliency has been huge for them. Yeah.
And I think in giving you credit, the foundational training that you're offering and that is very reliable for these agents. So they come in, there's a roadmap. Okay, this is a training you need to achieve before you get to this next step, before we can even get you plugged into a lead program. You have to do this. So there is a very, very methodical, plan of action that they can plug into. And I think that's why you're having such success and engagement.
And I think they can also see a path, right? Like if I can master this part of my business, showing homes, selling homes, then I can master follow up and taking leads. Then I can master what it's like to run multiple escrows at a time and have a sustainable business. Then I can become a listing agent while still selling with our seller opportunities. And then you become someone who has a really well balanced business with a new business, with listings, and then with recurring past clients.
Referral business.
And that's why our production, in my opinion, isn't like through the moon yet, because everyone on the team is still a new agent who doesn't have a book of business yet. And we are building that each and every day. And in 2 years, when they come back around to sell, like our listing portfolio is going to organically grow. It's going to be a great position for Stout Team agents to dominate the markets that we're building.
And and I will speak to you have you are building really pouring into and building into a lot of newer agents and really getting them very equipped for success. But we've also brought on, or you've brought on and plugged in some veteran agents that are, it's been the last couple of years have been a little challenging in this business, and they're ready to supplement their what they've already built with opportunity that your team can bring them. And I think that's pretty cool. We have a continuum of experience.
Right, absolutely. And those people that you're mentioning, they could see that, okay, cool, like what a portion of $1 million sale is far better than 100% of nothing, right? And that person's going to come back and give them referrals and then sell with them. Like them being a veteran in the business, they understand how important it is to build that database. And with what playbook we're running, our agents get to get paid for building their database, right? So it's twofold. They're getting a sale, they're building their individual business, and they're building into their future business by giving excellent service, getting a repeat client that's also going to give them referrals who will give them repeat business. It'll just continue
It
to compel.
snowballs.
It
Yeah.
does. And when we get into a more transactional market, hopefully soon, I mean, sky's the limit. So it's
Oh,
really
for
exciting.
sure. They'll be so well poised for success. And, your story is so great because you built your business on that model,
Right.
on the lead flow model and SOI, and really just building a database while you're still kind of stirring up your own business, but you're getting new opportunities. You're sharing a bit of your commission, but it's worth it because it's building a foundational business for you.
Yeah, and what I love to see is like, the people who've been with me for a while. I start looking at their sales and they're like, cool, that person was met 9 days. They only knew him for 9 days and they were under contract.
Mhm.
The next sale was someone that they knew for 200 days before they were under contract. They worked it, right? That was over 6 months of nurturing. The next one was 3 days. They met somebody 3 days and they're under contract. But the next one was 450 days, over a year of follow up. So you have that term, that business that you're nurturing, but you also have that right now sale. So it kind of releases that anxiety of where the next sale is coming from while you're building your business. So you're getting paid while you're growing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's really a perfect model. And what has been the most, now I want to go on to revenue growth. So, what has been the most surprising part of your revenue growth journey since you've moved over to eXp?
Yeah, so I was listening to Jared James talk in Scottsdale. Diane and I went to the eXp top producer and an attraction. Was it the top 350 in the company got together?
Yes,
So
yes,
it
it's
was really
great.
cool to be there with everyone's smart in the room. Like
Yes,
it was
for
really cool.
sure.
I love being the smallest fish in this pond. It's
Without
pretty neat.
question, the best place.
Yeah, totally. So what he was saying is that when we're speaking to market, that this is the lowest transactional market since 1995. And my team's listening to this. They're like, Ross, we've already heard this analogy 3 times, but it's that important
Yeah,
because you need to understand what space we're in. If you are growing in real estate today, you're doing it in the hardest conditions possible. It's a least transactional market in 3 decades, right?
yeah, and there's been a mass exodus of agents that could not survive it.
Yeah, and not only is the hardest market in 3 decades, there's also 50 million more people in the United States since then. So there should be more transactions, period, just based on number of people in our country. However, that's scaling down still.
Mhm.
So the fact that we're the same as 1995 with 50 million more people, that is a compounding tough market because uh, even though there's the same amount of transactions, it's far less per capita, right? Per person.
Mhm.
So all that to say is the biggest surprise in revenue has been in these tough conditions, we were able to 3x our year from last year. And that's attributed to people sticking with it, having tenacity, seeing the vision, grinding, doing the work, but also realizing that we're working a system and a process that can bring results in any market. It's proven, and we're adding luxury to it. We're adding, more offerings than really your average team can give. So it's really exciting to see us move the needle in revenue in these difficult conditions.
For sure. And would you say, what was the role that collaboration within our organization played in driving your revenue and business success?
It's been awesome. So it's just meeting people that have grown these amazing businesses all over the country, right? And even here in San Diego, just being able to learn from people in bigger markets just made me realize like how small my knowledge set was and my systems. And I could get so much better. And seeing them pulling and them being so open and being able to pull things from them, it doesn't work. And having the ability to have a high tolerance for risk and test and retest, spend some money there. It didn't work out. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to the next thing. Um, just finding that path and pulling it from the people that I've been able to meet in this great company has been really game changing for me. Because if I was still in my old ways, excuse me, I would be out of business. I wouldn't have been in growth mindset. I would have been stagnant. And the ability to scale is the only way to go in this business. And that's really exciting that we're on that path.
Yeah, and we're in a global world for sure, and
Yeah.
we've talked about that. I mean, it's global business.
Absolutely. And we're heading that way very quickly.
Yes, and so how do you balance agent attraction with supporting production profitability within your team?
Yeah, well, that's why you and I are partnered up, right? So I balance it because you do most of that heavy lifting. And on my end, all I'm doing is giving a great experience for agents. So when people come onto our meetings, they're closed, right? So you set them up, they come on, it's a close. So the other thing that's been cool is we have added a couple teams in different areas who are now Stout Team proper. I've given them a white label to advertise themselves the same way. It's just now we share a tech stack, we share a lead source, and they're able to help their agents grow. So that's also going to be, I think, this year will be a big momentum boost where we're able to partner with other team leaders who really kind of want to focus on their own production. We can take that heavy lifting and the coaching and the training, the tech stack and leads off of their plate so they can grow and build their own book of business because that's what they love to do. Most team leaders, in my opinion, are just excellent salespeople that other people want to emulate.
Mhm.
So they can still have that leadership role and allow people to emulate them. But we can take all that heavy lifting and the extra expenditures off that they're not really interested in doing. It just seemed like the next logical step in their business. And that will be really cool if I have the opportunity to partner with other powerful agents. And that's when we'll see super exponential growth for all businesses.
For sure. And the other thing I really wanted to go into was just our collective growth and culture. And from your perspective, how has our collective organization evolved since you joined? And what milestones stand out to you the most?
I think we're coming into an age of collaboration, right? So we saw a huge power team here in eXp and local here. They just merged. And that's just showing the direction that we need to go in my opinion, super teams are the future of real estate. And I've seen our group, and especially even our downline, really, especially in the past year or even 3, 4 months, get really tight knit, find out that, like, hey, this is smart for us to dive in together and do these things. And the co-sponsorship opportunity, that's a whole nother conversation. But that's even allowed us even more for pure benefit for all
For
parties,
value,
right?
bringing value to agents. For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. So with that kind of collaboration, and even before the co-sponsorship, just knowing that we would all work together to provide the best platform for anyone who decides to work with us, that's what we're all collaborating on every day. And I love our leadership because we do masterminds. Everyone's just living in abundance mentality, opening up their playbook and letting people take what they want or not. But I would say the biggest advice and things that move the needle for us and our group collectively is a great idea is nothing but a great idea unless you put it into action.
Yeah.
And if you don't implement what you learn immediately, it's just going to be another note in your book that you turn the page on because you don't have the energy, time, or vision to do it. And in reality, you do. It just takes you taking that first step.
And it's
And
that
it's hard.
discipline and we discuss that and we wrestle with it all the time. Time management is always the biggest challenge
Yeah.
for everybody in business, I think.
It is because anyone can be busy. I hear agents tell me all the time, I am so busy. And it's like, that's amazing. How's production going? Not well. How are you busy and you're not getting production? And I think that we get caught up in the small tasks like, okay, cool. I put stamps on all of my envelopes today. Have I mailed them yet? No, I'm terrified of the product I'm putting out. I don't think it's worth it, but I put the stamps on. It's the tedious things that are wasting time. Busy work is not smart work. And thankfully, we're in a position where, yeah, my days are filled. My weeks feel like days. My months feel like weeks. These years are just, I can't believe we've been working together for 2 years already. It's just gone by like that. So all that to say is, if you're implementing the right strategies, you have the right mindset, you don't get caught up in the tediousness, you really step out in faith, you can take a risk and just put one foot in front of the other to find that exponential growth.
And I think we're always talking about time management and really plotting a plan.
Yeah.
and being very mindful of where we put our time. And that is always the biggest challenge of balance, right?
Yeah. And thank you, ChatGPT, for giving us a path, right? I mean,
Yes,
all you got
thank
to do
you.
is put it in and
And
it'll give you a business
yeah,
plan.
it's incredible. I mean, technology has taken us in a direction of exponential knowledge. And you can get help in seconds, and it's about engagement of that. And we keep going back to the agents that are adopting AI and understanding the value that is there for them are going to replace the agents that decide not to engage that.
Every time. Yeah,
And
you have to stay on the cutting edge. And that's why, like, and part of my tech stack is an AI calling system. It hasn't been working really well for me. So what am I doing? Like,
we're
I'm
changing gears.
replacing it. So you have to try new things to be able to understand how they work. And my wife asked me a great question last night. She said, "So how much time did you guys waste on this product that you could have been building in this other product?"
Mhm.
And the beautiful answer is we didn't waste any time. We built the standard operating practices. We built how we can use it, what our best practices and best implementation uses are. But we're just going to bring in a product that works better for us and can reach more people and does more things for us because we found holes in our current situation and now we can go fix those. So reality, it's no time wasted. It's finding where our holes were and then being able to plug in a better product that we can use in the most effective fashion.
For sure, and it's always about taking those learnings and then making the best decisions for the path forward, and
Yeah.
that's what we continue to do. So, what do you think makes our group culture unique and appealing to agents looking to align with our team?
Well, unique. There's so many things I could talk about in our culture. Like, I think we're all client and agent centric to a whole. We're working together to really do a couple things, and that's for me personally, it's to honor God, or a lot of people honor their higher power, whatever it is, to really build into that and find motivation there. And then what do we work on? We want to work on our relationship with our clients and just really focusing on giving that best service puts us in the best position to grow. So that's kind of one of the first culture pieces that has been huge for us. So us all kind of adopting that mindset of we want to honor people before we honor ourselves. That servant leadership type of mentality. That's where we found the traction and where everybody's been able to buy in. Because when we make it not about ourselves, there's no failing, right? You can't fail when it's not about you. It's about learning and it's about how we can serve other people better. So that's probably the best culture piece for.
And it's really a continuum of us trying to, you want to make the agents succeed and serve their needs. And our agents want to, and we as agents as well, I'm an agent as well, want to serve our clients. Absolutely. And make certain we bring them the highest value. And it's kind of that pay it forward, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so looking at our collective growth, both in numbers and impact, what are you most proud of?
I'm just proud of the people I get to work with every day. So knowing that every single person on the Stout team, when they're out in the field, I am 1000% confident they're going to do the right thing. They're going to give the best service and they're going to put the best light on what our business is doing. And there's nothing better in life than knowing the people that you get to work with every day. And nobody works for me. We all work together.
True.
And that's where you find the most momentum and something to be proud of.
Yeah, it's that shared vision, right?
Yeah.
And so in what ways have we as leaders grown together since you came on board?
So I met Diane 2.5 years ago, right? And we'll talk about growth. We met each other when I was here on vacation for the over the line tournament. I guess this was over 2 years. Yeah, so 2.5 years ago, almost in July of 23, right?
Yeah.
And so
we had already been talking for several months prior.
Totally. Mm-hmm. So I told my wife that okay, I need to go meet with this lady so she stops calling me. and so I met you down at the bar with no intentions of looking at eXp. I had like this terrible perception of the company, but when you hear the model correctly and what it can really do for your business, it is game changing. So from that moment, we'll call that day zero,
Day one,
whatever,
day
day
zero.
one. The growth that we've had together is enormous because when I came over to eXp, what I have two agents, um, and our production was nothing, you know. So to be now where we're at today with almost all new agents to at least my system,
Mhm.
and mostly new agents in general, to see the production that they've been able to have and see them reaching their goals. You and I have gotten to grow into more managing that and helping people be elevated, and that's been huge. So your growth, I've seen enormous growth. You found uh, confidence in who you are. You're out there slaying dragons every day, even though you were already doing that. Like, you found your stride, and so your growth has been so impressive. The way you're able to get in front of billionaires and not skip a beat, like, and you pitch the opportunity, and they're like, "Yeah, let's do it." It's like, "Oh, okay, Diane. There's nobody too big or too small for you to go and present the opportunity to, because you truly believe
I
that it
do believe in
can
that.
help
Yeah.
people." And I believe the same thing. And then when it comes to our partnership, like, we've solidified a partnership. I know that you're out there doing everything possible to grow our organization. And then we finally have the ship to bring people into. And that's what's truly exciting. So just it that doesn't even cover the growth that I could, but that's the short answer of it.
So what are you most excited about as we look ahead to the next phase of growth together?
Man, just continually making upgrades to the ship that we've built, right? With the tech stack, with the lead platform, with Cultural Online Center, with our cadence, with how we serve our clients. Just keep making that better, and the better that we make it, the more people can come onto the ship with us and experience growth, sense of belonging, um, extreme backing, support, uh, coaching, growth. That's what's most exciting to me, is just seeing the opportunity for people to join us. And I can say with 1000% confidence that you will get better if you're able to work with us. So that's really cool.
That's a strong place to be seated for sure. And if you were speaking to a potential partner considering joining us, what would you say has been the most transformative part of your experience so far?
Yeah, well, I'm still living the model, right? It's about building a business. I don't know very many people. There are a few people that want to sell until they die, right? But most people don't want to be grinding out showing houses every single day. They're missing weekends. They're missing soccer games. They're not quite fully present in the life that they want to live. And we've built a model to where, yeah, when you join us, if you're a new agent, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a grind, man. Like, you got to get out there. But that's the same with building any
Any
new business.
business.
How
And
many
any,
businesses can you grow with only a $2,000 investment?
yeah,
That's all it takes.
yeah.
2,000 bucks, and you're a realtor. You know what I mean? And so we give you the tools. You don't even have to front the money for the tools you get. You don't have to front the money to meet your people. You don't have to front the money for marketing. You
Mhm.
can start immediately and find ROI, like, right away. So that's where we're finding the most traction with our partners. So if you're a new agent, that's great. But if you are a team leader, like, we can come in and everything that you want to build, but you don't have the time to do, we have it built. You can come in, you can produce, you can do your thing, you can still have your team, your branding, your everything, but we'll power you to get to those next production levels and free you up to go do what you want to do. So that as you're selling, you're not using your commissions. Let me say, your
Yes,
commissions. Your income isn't funding
isn't
the
fueling.
people
Yeah,
that are on your team, right?
yeah.
And that's why you as a team leader may feel like, why am I doing this? Or my agents feel neglected. It's because you need to go put food on your table. Why are you taking the money out of your pocket and giving it to a team that isn't producing an ROI? It makes absolute no sense. We've built a way for you to get all of your business as profit. That's your money. And then the team, we found a way to make it pay for itself, and then some, or a lot of some.
Oh, for sure. I mean, being able to offer that and take that off of their plate, and the EXP model is all about the back end being covered and having just plugging in. It's about plugging in and maximizing the opportunity. Sky's the limit for these people. I mean, the
Yeah.
opportunity is huge for team leaders. So I think that wraps it up. We've
Cool.
covered a lot.
We did cover a lot. That was awesome. Well, thanks for being with me today, as you
Thank
are
you.
like every day. We're rocking it out. Smartest thing I think you can do is join the Stout team. You can reach out to Diane in a direct message, or you can see her on her socials. We'll put those below. You can also reach out to me direct. You can message me on social media, or you can leave a comment here on this video. Look forward to seeing you.
Love to talk to you. Thank you.